Okay, let's kick us off. Hello everybody, welcome back to Ian Plays. In lieu of Versus System tonight with Kyle, who is unavailable, I'll be resuming the long-awaited return to our Dungeonmans stream. Now, since we last played, this is kind of embarrassing, I haven't been able to play as consistently as I like, and the reason for that is... Oh hey, hi Chris! The reason for not playing consistently is I made the commitment when I first started streaming Versus System with Kyle that I would play video games on Fridays whenever Kyle wasn't available. And sadly, or maybe not sadly, Kyle got really consistently available after that. So we've been streaming quite regularly, but the downside is I don't get to play Dungeonmans all that often. So hopefully I haven't gotten too rusty and we can resume our playthrough, and I'll talk a little bit about what we were doing in the game in a moment when we get started, but I did want to mention, while we're sitting here on the title screen, since I last streamed, which was about 2 months ago, there has been another update to this title, a pretty big one, actually a handful of minor ones and a big one. I've reviewed the patch notes. I don't think they're going to affect us too much. It's mostly minor bug fixes and balancing. But there's an entire DLC expansion. You can see that in the lower left here, an advertisement for it. It's called the Pay to Lose expansion. And I've read over that, what that entails a little bit, and it sounds like it's just a bunch of knobs you can tweak to make this game even harder, which I'm not sure is something I want to do, but I'll definitely buy the DLC, if only to support the developers, because I enjoy this game a lot and got a lot of use out of it. So let's resume our streaming. Hey Chris, I had to fidget with my audio levels a little bit there, so please let me know if I have a weird balance going on here. So yeah, I kind of remember this game. What we were doing last time is, story-wise, we had just defeated Mazik the Grieving, and he told us where the Dread Spire is. The Dread Spire is where we're headed next. I'm louder than the game? Well, that's kind of what you want. Is it uncomfortably loud compared to the game? So we beat Mazik the Grieving. He told us where the Dread Spire is, and that's where the ultimate end of this game is going to be. So we're ultimately building up to get there, but short term, gameplay-wise, we want to kind of hit about level 13 before we do. And as I recall, last week we actually, in the entire, I say last week as though it was last week, it was months ago, last session, we had started but not finished, I think, 2 towers and a dungeon. So the first things we're going to do tonight is we're going to go finish all of those. We got some really crazy loot from Mazik and probably a huge power boost, so I feel no concern about attempting to finish those dungeons this week. One thing I wanted to talk about, now that you're here, Chris, is I also got, here's one of the towers, there's the dungeon. We'll start with the dungeon, because the dungeon will level us, possibly, a little bit. And it is now a mundane difficulty dungeon. But we don't like leaving things unfinished. Of course, you can see that it's mundane, with the text up here in the corner. So one of the things, what I wanted to ask you, Chris, is we got the crazy legendary pair of gloves that gave us the extra bounced foom bolts. And that's going to make the rest of our gameplay a little easy, I think. Do you think I should choose not to use them? Because I did set out to show that you could definitely complete this game in a one-man's run, and that doesn't particularly depend on any loot, so having that really good loot might sort of undercut that. The game's not going to be easy, but it's less easy than perhaps it could be without the loot. One of the things they did do in the update is they made our bread and butter skill, as you called it, Chris, the Bolt of Foom, they made it a little shorter range-wise, but I don't think that's gonna matter all that much. Reminding myself how to get through these dungeons. No response from Chris. Hopefully the stream didn't cut out. Ah, yes, this encounter. This was a very scary encounter last time. Okay. Well, if you have a chance to give me a little bit of your attention, I'll ask the question again. Orcish archers like to poison you. Which would be annoying if not for the ridiculous gear we got last week. We're pretty set for probably the rest of the game. I mean, we'll be doing some of the drops we're looking for now are enchant scrolls. Alright, I wouldn't sell them, certainly. Maybe I'll put them in my vault. Oh, sorry, we're going to be looking for enchant scrolls to kind of build up our gear a little bit. We have the basis for the gear. Oh, these ninjas, this is a new update feature I read. Ninjas can now throw throwing stars. I don't know what that means, so I just saw him try to do that. We're going to find out together. But we're looking for enchant scrolls to boost our gear a little bit. And we're also looking for potions that are going to help us sort of in the final push. That guy made a funny noise. I'll make some skeletons. Oh, I love these sound effects. That's great. That's all totally new. The Bruce Lee type stuff there. Of course, I am right now demonstrating the broken build that we made, which is the focus on these foom bolts with Shardstorm, and pairing that with the necromancy that builds these skeleton armies, and that'll get you through most things. To get used to this new range, I'm targeting things before I can. Or I'm trying to, anyway. There's still a couple pieces of gear we could fill out too. I think we're not... let me look at my inventory. I think we're not tier 4 on everything yet. Boots we need, a helmet we need. I think our ring is kind of crappy. Oh yeah, we're still using the starter ring. So, champion slimes copy themselves. They make clones. That's what that was just then. I don't know if it's my imagination, but the performance might actually be a little bit better. So props to devs if that's the case. course, the impressive upgrade we got last week was we did roll a tier 4 staff from the drops from Mezek. And it deals star damage, which is the damage that the Purpleonians, who are the big bads of this game, are weak against. I mention that because some of these cultists are Purpleonian in nature. These guys. I'm gonna keep chuckling those sound effects. Secret. Hive of Savings. So I think this is actually the first Hive of Savings we've encountered. And in our very cautious playthrough, because we're trying to do a one-man's run, this is probably the only type of portal we're going to enter that we encounter in a dungeon. I'll show you what this is like in a moment. So it takes you to this area where there's a bunch of bee vendors. You can talk to the bee vendors, and they have generally good stuff that you want to purchase. And we'll be looking for potions and scrolls. Maybe books if they have good books. There's a potion we don't know. I'm going to buy it so that I can identify it. Cure gruesome wounds. Oh, healing potion 3. Cure gruesome wounds is the description. Here's a scroll I don't know. I'm also going to buy 2 of them. Let's see what these books are. Sword and Board, Advanced Delving. So, the one book we're interested in, if it shows up, well, of course, any book that's going to accelerate our build process would be a viable choice, but we're mostly done with our build. The one school we're looking for is Cartography. Cartography skills are required for some of the post-game content, which I'm not sure I'm going to do. But if we see cartography books, I'll probably pick them up. Pardon me, I'm drinking while we're doing this. I'm streaming from my office, and my office is on the second floor of my apartment, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees up here. I've got my AC running really good. But it's still, according to the thermostat I can see from here, it's 83 degrees. It's been running about an hour. That's down from 96, so it's an improvement. Fortify weapon? We kind of want to instrumphenize. Combat blinking we'll always take. That's a very useful scroll. Isn't it fun to watch me shop? Champion potions? Yes, always. Some high-level healing potions, I don't know if... I mean, usually I'll buy the mid-level ones, because they're good enough, and 50 gold is a lot for a potion. Champion potion... Like 3 gold, totally. Healing potion 2, yes. Let's have some of those. Okay, so that's a Hive of Savings. We enjoyed that little diversion. And if we encounter another one, we'll go to that one as well. everywhere? No, we missed here. That's probably the boss. Oh, goodness. That orc is causing us trouble. Oh, I'm on fire! That's what's wrong. Let's see if I can, I'll drink one of the healing potions we just bought. That should counteract being on fire, right? That's how that works. Breaking barrels 'cause it's fun. Ooh, another book. Let's see what we got. Fish and barrels! We can learn archery. Sure, why not? We're not going to use it, but may as well learn it. So this actually turns out this is a 4-floor dungeon, so it might be kind of lucrative. Bees! Weak bees! There is actually an argument for not using the gloves, and this might be it here. Let's see, I'm going to take a potion, just in case it is. In Final Fantasy, the healing is harder? I think I'm seeing the particle effects of a bee magistrate. Oh my gosh, that is a champion nerf bat. Oh, it's different. It's called a rot. Oh, rot-eye is his name. Nerf bat is the enemy type. It's a bat, but he's called the Nerf Bat. I think they break your equipment if you let them hit you. So we're going to keep our distance and make some skeletons. As we would with any champion. But it was worth talking about. Okay, so yes, Bee Magistrate, that's what this guy is here. And what he does is he puts these auras on the bees around him that reflect damage. Oh, that might be. I don't exactly know what he does, I just know it's bad. So these guys, if I were to hit them, would deal me lots of damage, which makes the bouncing bolts of foam less effective. Because I can safely target the magistrate always, but I don't want to bounce a bolt into the bee with the barrier bee. So I'm not really sure how to do this. This is a melee guy, so let's see if I can freeze them and then just back off. I'm actually gonna remove the gloves. I don't know how to remove the gloves. I don't want to destroy it. I'll have to put something in its place. These gloves. I don't see the gloves anymore. Well, we'll figure that out. And we'll kill the magistrate first. And then we can fight this guy. It's also one of the risks to using the Shardstorm that we're fond of using. So where did my gloves go? I hope I didn't lose my gloves. But I don't see the gloves. That's unusual. Oh. Stuff we didn't identify. There we go! Instrumentalise weapon. That is definitely something we want to use. In fact, I might use that right now. I may have lost the gloves. That would be sad. Oh, here they are. They're not in armor for some reason. Anyway, we'll put them back on. Then I'm going to use that scroll on my weapon. Let's see how we did. So we added, let's see, I'm pretty sure all that was there before except for sometimes causes bleeding. That's actually not a good roll for that enchant scroll. But extra bleed damage, I'll take it. I was hoping for like some additional damage. Oh, crap. We did the thing again that we said we would never do. So I have an extra action. How do I use it? I'm not bleeding, but I should take a healing potion. And I think I'm going to teleport. I'm wary of teleporting somewhere there might be archers. So I need to get away from this guy, but not towards anything else. Or maybe like here. We'll kill him. And he's dead. See, yeah, I was thinking up here, but there's a big dude there. That might have ended badly. Maybe we don't ditch the gloves because I'm still having close calls. I don't like this situation at all. Well, let's use a scroll of combat blinking. Oh, we can't get very far. That's probably a bad plan. YOLO. That didn't work out too badly. I teleport yet? Yeah, I can. Oh, no, I can't. Let's see. You are half dead, and you are half dead. You are both equally dead. Okay. Level 11! See if I can remember my build plan. Gosh, it's been a while, so we just got archery, which we're not going to use. I think the last thing we did was we put a point into Mana Bones, which is the skill that makes dead pulses appear when you hit a champion or boss, which is useful. Which means I think we're pretty much done with our utility skills, and the rest are just like little stat boosts and stuff. I think that's just the rest of the Wizardman's branch. So we'll get some Staff Mastery. Staff Mastery will let us hit melee with our staff, all adjacent enemies, which we're not going to be doing very much, so that doesn't matter. But it also gives us a little bit of mana, 5% element resists, and 5% element damage. So that's what we're taking it for mostly. And again, level 13 is when we're moving on, so we're almost there. Ah, be magistrate. Gotta be careful with these guys. Every time. Hey, it's another bee holder. Ooh, a stronger version of the Trigger. Gotta be careful around these guys. Oh yeah, the pun names are great. They're the best part. Oops, there's a champion. We'll hit him with some skeletons. Oh, sweet! So my skeletons are powerful enough that I spawn, let's see if I can pick him out, this guy. A colonel who knows a haste spell, which makes it really crazy because now everybody on my team, within range, he casts it in an area around himself. But we can move twice per every enemy's one movement, and that's really crazy and OP and broken. Much like all of our build. won't lie, these magistrates have got me a little nervous. You'll probably notice I'm standing and taking a few hits now that I wouldn't have been previously. Look, a gelatinous icosahedron? Question mark? And the reason I'm doing that is I have enough health now that I can take a hit or two, and that's kind of expected how it goes. Obviously that'll be better when we return to town and trade in our proofs of strength this time around. Get a little more strength, improve our HP even more, but we're in that part of the game. Let's see. Alright, that's the end. Oops, and there's bunches of dudes here. So this will be funny. Let's see if this is still an issue. So, I jumped over to pick my summon skeleton skill because there's a room full of dudes here that I don't particularly want to deal with. But slightly off to the right here is the boss of the dungeon. And if the skeletons dispatch these enemies, they might go start beating on him, and they can actually kill him before he announces his presence. That has happened to me before, so let's see if that happens now. Oh, I was too far away to get the haste, though. I triggered the boss intro. This reduced range is tripping me up a little bit. Uh-oh. These guys you don't want to mess with. So, the high-level necromancers summon these dudes, and these dudes hit like a truck. We don't like them. So we need to be careful. How many rounds of Shardstone do I have left? 4. Okay, boss is down. This is actually down here to the necromancer that cast that, I'm pretty sure. He just teleported away. Well, let's see if we can get some dead cells. Oh, he just detonated most of the dead cells. What a punk. Another Nerf bat. Okay, let's see if we can see the description. Make sure your experience is balanced and fair. Yeah, I don't know what it does. But it's bad, we don't want our dangles. And the archers can hit me from further away than I can hit them. That's sad. Where have I not been? Just down there? I think that's it. Still don't have max intel on cultists. I think that's everything. So, I could, hypothetically, press into the towers right now. I don't think there'd be a downside to that. Or I could play it a little safe and go visit the academy first, then do the towers, and then look for our next mark. Although this dungeon is trivial, which means this tower is trivial, I think we should do the towers now. Let's do it. So, as a reminder, I think we emptied out these towers except for the boss encounters. So we should be able to just rush through. Towers don't have random spawns, so we'll just be quickly walking by everything here. I would turn in my proofs of strength, Chris, and probably get a little more hit points, a little more foom. That's the only reason to do it. Big empty tower. I wonder why they chose, I don't know this, why they chose not to spawn things in towers. The same is true of graveyards. And I really like graveyards as a dungeon type, but again, we're avoiding them for our playthrough because there's a potential exploit in there that I'm trying to avoid. Okay, so if we go up here, we're going to fight the boss of a tower. And as I explained the last time when we entered the towers, they're modeled after Dungeonman classes. And the loot they drop is really good loot for the particular class they're modeled after. So we're hoping to find a caster atop the tower, but we don't really know what we'll find. It's probably a herald. I seem to run into the herald a lot. Well, let's do it. Yep, it's the herald! Shouts a taunt, and I shout a taunt back, and then I summon skeletons, and use our super spell. And he's going to throw a bunch of evil banners that reduce our stamina. But we don't use stamina, so it doesn't matter. He does have like big AoE attacks and stuff too. Like, I think he just took out half my skeletons with one. I'm gonna use a teleport scroll. Yeah, maneuverability is the key to pretty much all the fights here. You just keep teleporting away from everybody. And I did that so that I could pull up another shard storm. Oh, it looks like he's gonna miss with his AoE, which is nice. But I have no grave mooks, so I cannot, or I have no dead pulses, so I cannot re-up my grave mooks. He's a resilient bugger, though. He's just not going down. Oh, there's a whole bunch of enemies I should probably deal with. I got another instrumentalized weapon scroll. That'll be nice. Oops, I'm hurting. Let's use a champion potion. He's roughed up. Boy, he's just soaking all my damage. I wish he were more damaged than he is. Can I? Oh, I'm pinned. Can I teleport? Oh, I don't have the mana for it. Friggin' archers. Still just roughed up. I'm worried about this. This is not going great. Yeah, they will spawn. They will spawn as I'm hitting this dude, but I also have to go collect them. Well, at least he's too wounded now. Gotta eat up all my scrolls of combat blinking. Maybe, and then some. Where's the Banff coming? Looks like it's recharged. It is not. I was wrong. What is that? I thought I saw something weird and orange. Was that in my head? Oh. That thing! I don't even know what that is. Am I out of scrolls of combat blinking? That can't be right. No, they just moved. For no reason. Badly wounded. I wonder if I can freeze him. Nope. We're gonna make this, but he's making me work for it. Oh, now we're out of combat scrolls. Let's see. Let's drink a resist potion. I wonder what type of damage that is. Ah, heck, we'll just take another champion potion. That didn't hurt too bad. He is now almost crushed. Let us finish crushing him. I think I might actually now be out of those scrolls. Yep. Well, that was an ordeal. Why don't we go back to the academy before we go to the next town, the next tower. Yeah, really. In fact, I might go into another dungeon because I used up a lot of my resources fighting that guy. Got some more scrolls of combat blinking and the like. Alright, so let's identify everything. We'll turn in our relics. I will actually turn in a book that we saved last week but didn't remember to turn in. Let's see, this book. Let's make sure. We'll look at our stuff first, because if I have more than one book, that's not what I want to do. Garbage, garbage, garbage. So the bosses drop... well, this is only tier 4 gear. That's interesting. I'm used to them dropping tier 5 or 6 gear. Maybe that changed. This. More of this. Okay, so yeah, we only have the one book. That's good. We'll eat our curses. We'll give the headmaster our book. So there's now 2 books turned in towards upgrading our library. I'm going to use this scroll of Instrumphani's weapon on our staff. So we got 2d8 poison and often fills enemy with strong poison. That was a good upgrade. Melt down our stuff. And I think I'm going to purchase an upgrade hammer. The upgrade hammer I'm going to purchase is... maybe I don't have it yet. Freezinating. Let's see, I need 300 beryllium for that. Freezinating sometimes freezes enemies in place. That's really good for a ranged character. So I'm going to make that hammer. And we're going to apply that to our weapon. So now it also sometimes freezes enemies in place. Our weapon's getting really useful. I don't have very much... Yeah, pretty much. It will probably be the weapon we use till the end of the game. I'm going to get 2 points of foom or 1 point of strength. I really want hit points. I guess that means I do that. And we save the rest. Alright, let's find a new dungeon to explore for a little bit. Restock our stuff. Yeah, adventurous territory. Here's a good one. We'll do this guy. We'll see what the Abyss of Sin is about. And then we'll go get that other tower. Well, there's a book in here, so that's nice. Iron Marksman. I think that's... yeah, something like that. I think that's the archery tier. So we'll get some archery skills even though we won't use them ever. So I like being a skilled Dungeonmans. So you see, this guy is frozenated in place. So he won't be pursuing me and I can just hang out over here, and because he's a melee dude, he won't approach. Same for this tiger. Really useful skill. And apparently both of these guys usually doesn't hit that consistently. Triger. Thank you, Chris. Yes, it was in fact a Triger. Ah! Champion. Champion Orc. Pagroem. Shiny teeth. Eat some skeletons. Oh, that was short work of Pagroem. What? You're a regular Triger. What are you doing here? You're way low level. Ah. I heard a funny noise, as though an enemy I wouldn't expect to be in this dungeon is nearby. That's alarming. Guess we'll find out. Hey. Killing bunches of scrubs. So, that hammer I purchased to add freezinating to my weapon, will probably be purchasing a handful of more hammers as we approach the final dungeon, because They're useful for enhancing armor to add elemental resists to it, and we kind of want to max out our elemental resists as best we can. And that largely is the reason why I'm not playing on Iron Man's mode, because you can't make hammers on Iron Man's mode, because there's no academy. Okay, it looks like there's something hidden there. Money! Boy, we sure don't need any more money. That's everywhere. Uh-oh. Don't want to be in the room. That was not the plan. Something secret around here, but I didn't find it. There it is. Aha! So this guy, this secret, is a book vendor that you might encounter in a dungeon randomly. You can search his shelves, and sometimes there's scrolls or books on his shelves. Well, let's see what he's selling. Bolster, bolster, combat blinking. Yay, this'll help. We'll buy some of those. Eat curse. A scroll we don't know. Suzur Fapque. Let's buy that and see what it is. I like buying the stuff we don't know. And Stremphenize armor. That'll be useful. I'm not going to cast those till we get back to town, though. Stupid poison. Maybe something my audience can answer is, we talked about this a little bit, or I mentioned it at least, in Chris's stream yesterday. The Diablo Necromancer expansion comes out this week. That's a game I will definitely be spending a lot of time playing. Is it worthwhile for me to try to stream it? If I did stream it, I wouldn't be playing at any kind of regular time, so much as I would be playing more or less all the time. So it could probably be pretty easy to miss some content. So it wouldn't be a good, like, experience the content kind of stream. But it is a game, like Dungeonmans, that I've put many, many, many hours into, so I can probably talk a little intelligently about it while playing the new content. I've heard of Paths of Exiles. Oops, I hit a teleporter. That's another roguelike, right? Sort of like this game, actually. A little more serious, though. Oh, Diablo-like, that's right. That's what Path of Exiles is. I do like Diablo games. These teleporters are nasty. I wonder if it's... I did try... I don't remember if I've tried it before. I did try a Diablo-like that I didn't find super interesting a little while ago. But yeah, I do like Diablo games, so maybe I'll give it a shot. I find I'm not very good at streaming games that I'm not already very familiar with. I kind of lose some of the enjoyment of discovery in a game when I'm streaming it. So I'm much more comfortable streaming games that I know inside and out. Well, I do like Dark Souls, so I'm saying lots of words I like. Speaking of lots of words I like, I'd been meaning to mention this when we play Versus System, and we had a ton to talk about lately, so it just hasn't come up, but I don't know if you guys remember 3 weeks or so, real time, not streaming sessions, I mentioned that I was considering picking up Ashen, the card game, the living card game. Well, I did. I accidentally did. I purchased it from Cool Stuff Inc. to make an online order qualify for free shipping. Foolishly, the point of that order was to get the new Legendary expansion, which doesn't come out till the end of the month. So I actually don't have the game yet. But when the expansion comes out in a few weeks, and then a week after that, because mine's getting shipped from Florida, I will have my own copy of... Did I call it Ashen again? I meant Ashes. I keep calling it Ashen. It should be called Ashen. It's a better name. Hey! More wells. I have... If you look in the right here, the two afflictions I have are Resist Boosted and Resists Crushed. Do you have to say the full title each time? Is that part of the branding? Ugh. Uh-oh. What happened to my mana? I'm not sure. I will have to review the video to see why I have no mana right now. Because that's weird to me. Oops! Oh no! I got so distracted that somebody was here I don't know that I died. Well, I guess that's the end of our one-man's run. Boy, I took a lot of damage there, too, it seemed like. So, I guess now we just begin the discussion of what I do now. I suppose we could start another one-man run. Yeah, I'm actually interested to review the tape of that to see what went so south so fast. Should we move on to another game? Maybe not tonight, because it would take some setup. I think, to your point, Agrian, the next game that I would stream when I'm streaming in lieu of Kyle. Oh, well, we can go through that. So it's not a one-man's run. So let's see. See final report. Oh, interesting. This is stuff that's been added since I've died in this game. That's kind of interesting. So it tells you what your build was and what your gear was. 255 fire damage from environment. Is that the end of my life here? Which is the end? What the heck does that mean? So I got killed by environment, I think is what I'm reading here. For a lot of damage. I'll have to look at the tape and figure out why it was confusing. Post-mortem. From 2 attacks. This is so interesting. I like this screen. I haven't seen it before. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. This log? Oh, I bet I know what happened. I bet there was one of the bees that starts fires there, and I was standing in a fire and I didn't realize it. How far down are we going? It might have been several fires. Yeah, I didn't take any damage for big numbers. It's just this one. I mean, I only had 380 or so life at the end of the game, so this was enough to finish me off. I mean, I'd taken a couple hits before that, but that was a big swing. Let me see if I can see the 255 you're looking at. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was standing in a fire. That had to be what happened. It happened in 2 rounds, I bet. Whew. That went so quick. I don't know what P2L is short for. Oh, the expansion. No, it's not turned on yet. No, this was just normal playthrough. But I'm definitely going to pick it up because I like this game and I want to support the devs as much as I can. So, let's see. How do we move on? Return to main menu. So, yeah, it was surprisingly high. So, when you lose, if you're not playing Iron Man's mode, you're given the option to create a new character in the same territory that you just died in. So we'll just make a new character here real quick and I'll show you what's up. So it doesn't matter much. We're going to do the same thing as we did last time, so we're going to make a Dungeonmans. We're going to be a world champion and mad thirsty, and we won't use the same character portrait. This is actually my favorite, so we'll use her. So you just basically start over. Get a little intro from your headmaster here, and special training. Interesting. So let's see if this worked out the way. Yeah. So, oops. Our librarian's in the way, but we actually have Guy here as a ghost teacher. So he's dead, but you can ask him to learn all of cryoscience right now, if you want her to. Let's go ahead and do that. Why not? So if we look at our stats, did I not just say yes to that? What happened? Oh, I said no. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So he said, okay, do that. And again, you only get ghost professors, I think, if you die past level 10. And then, I know all of cryoscience. You can just start with that those extra skill points. And the other boost you get is all your proofs of strength you turned in with the previous character are still available, so you can just assign a bunch of them right away. And if you go over here to your cemetery, there should be a grave. Oh, there's no grave for my dungeon man. Why is there no grave for my dungeon man? There used to be graves over here for your dungeon mans. So anyway, that's what the rogue-lite portion of this game is like. And now we're like super powerful, so we could rush back up to where we are in maybe an hour or two, probably. But I actually don't like doing that. I think it's much more fun, balanced game for the single playthrough run. So yeah, what I was saying to Agrian earlier, I think the next game that I'll be streaming, not tonight probably, I might just call this because this fell apart rather quickly, which we always knew was a possibility. The next game I'm probably going to be streaming is Dead Cells, because if Kyle's not available, I can jump into and out of that pretty fast, and it's a fun game that I think I'd like to show off. But of course, I'm not going to do any other games tonight. Because I like to do a little prep work, write some blurbs about it in the comments and that sort of thing. Make sure the stream looks good. So maybe we'll call it a little early. The only other thing I could do is just push a little bit with this character, or you know, I know what I can do. Here's something else I can show you. I will quit this game, and I will create a new academy with Iron Man's mode active. Let's see. I'll replace this one. We'll make another. Does that say Hidden Tristram? That's great. So Iron Man's adventure. There's a confirmation dialogue with 4 choices that are not playing Iron Man's. But we'll actually play it. And in Iron Man's mode, let's see, we'll get through character creation really quickly. And we'll use our post-game portrait. In Iron Man's mode, there's no academy. And the text is drawn off the screen a little bit. Anyway, this is where the academy would be. Instead, there's just a statue. And you can turn in your proofs of strength to the statue and level normally. But otherwise, you get almost no benefit from the academy. And you just play the game normally from there. The other thing that's different about this game is rather than find relics... Oh, I didn't show the relics. I should show off the relics. Oh, I'm doing this poorly. Let me go back to the other game really quick. So, we were picking up relics and I talked about them because I thought that I would not have died in our one-man's playthrough, but we did. So you can go over here and talk to your librarian, or whatever this guy is, the curator, and you can say, hey, I want some of the mysterious items. And it looks like we got 7 mysterious artifacts from the old century, and that just spawns loot. You can pick those and it just makes higher level loot in the world that you can start with. And also gives you a leg up. Now in Iron Man's mode, unlike that, you get shovels that you can bring back to where the academy would be, and you can dig up loot in the academy. So that's the major differences there. I haven't actually played since they added adventure map drops. I don't even know how that works at all. That is a newer feature that I'm familiar with. I haven't played this game in several months, sadly. And my quest ended tonight, also sadly. Interesting. I can show off a town. I never went into a town in my previous playthrough. You can go into towns and buy equipment and stuff. And you can talk to the mayors of the town and give them purloined inventory, and it makes the towns more prosperous. And more prosperous towns have better loot. But yeah, I guess that's Dungeonmans. I can't believe we failed our run. That's sad. But it is possible. Trust me. Well, apart from that, I don't know what to show off tonight. So maybe we'll call it a little early. I know it's late where some of you guys are, so that probably works for you. But thanks for joining me, and we'll be streaming Versus System, I think, again next Friday. So we'll see you all then.